water cycle, aka hydrologic cycle. Please don't say exactly what I say too in the video, aka, you don't even have to say that. The water cycle, which is water traveling through all layers of Earth. I can't stress that enough because not all of our cycles travel through all layers of Earth. What are the 3 layers of Earth, people? I want to remind you. Hydrosphere. Geosphere. And atmosphere. So biosphere is life on those layers. So hydrosphere, geosphere, and let's worry about the lithosphere because we're never going to go to the core. We're never going to go to the mantle. We're talking about the top layer of Earth, right? Of the crust. Of the geosphere. You have to mention those layers in your presentation. If you don't mention them, but you show them. So if you're going to say carbon travels through the hydrosphere and you're in the ocean, I know that carbon is traveling through the hydrosphere, yes? So not only do you have to reference them, you have to visually represent them, okay? So the cycle can start anywhere because it's a cycle. There's no starting point, there's no end point, there's no perfect order. I'm going to start with water entering the atmosphere.
Precipitation.
No, entering. So how does water go into the atmosphere? Evaporation. What does that mean? What happens to water? What change of state occurs if water goes into the atmosphere?
It goes from a liquid to gas.
Liquid to gas. Okay, good. Liquid to gas. So we go from liquid to gas. And sometimes there's water going from liquid to gas, but from plants, and that has a different name. It's called transpiration. So plants take in water to make their own food, and then they lose water through transpiration, kind of like we lose water through perspiration, right? Or sweat. Same thing. Not the same thing, but kind of the same thing. All right. So once water made it to our atmosphere, and if you look at the GIF, you could probably help me out. What happens next? Before rain? Condensation. What state changes? Gas to liquid. Good job. And then once water condenses immediately after? Precipitation, which can be in the form of rain. What else?
Snow.
Hail, snow, good job. And sleet. I have no. So this, remember I said the cycle is not an official cycle. Once water falls to the ground, you can either go here or here. Okay? Water fell to the ground and it could either go through the soil into the ground, which then will go through the rocks. And then it can run off. Actually, add the word here. So those of you that are not taking notes now will not have this in your notes, by the way. Aquifer. So through the rocks into an aquifer. What is that?
Into an aquifer.
What's an aquifer? Nobody knows?
A water body.
Yep. Aquifers are underground rivers. And they actually will end up in our oceans. So water will go through the rocks. It'll go to this underground river. I have pictures of it when we do our water biomes. And then it'll flow into a lake or an ocean, okay? To large bodies of water. But if water precipitates on land, sometimes it could go right off the surface instead of going into the ground and end up in the body of water. Have you ever done the lab where you put water down on a table and water looks for other molecules of water, kind of like they find each other?
Sure.
No.
Never?
Yes.
Let's do it right now.
You just do it. They look for each other. Water does that. So water will try to find other compounds of water.